The Edge Malaysia Weekly, Deputy Editors Kamarul Azhar and Esther Lee took a deep dive into the fiscal health of the various states. When assessing the current fiscal standings, Lee shares a surprising finding. The largest contributors to Malaysia's GDP are not necessarily the most prosperous from a GDP per capita perspective.
What do I mean by most prosperous? We look at it from GDP per capita. So, the state which contributes the most to Malaysia's GDP is actually Selangor, which is about 25.9% in 2023. However, in terms of GDP per capita, it's not the highest in the country. The highest in the country, in fact, goes to Kuala Lumpur, where they have a GDP per capita of 113,000, around there, but they only contributed 15% or so to national GDP. So, I mean, it surprised me because I would assume that the largest contributor to national GDP would be also the one which has the highest GDP per capita. But that was not the case.
She also reveals the contrasting fiscal deficit stories of Penang and Kelantan.
Penang, which is also one of the largest contributors to the Malaysian economy, has the highest fiscal deficit in 2023 among all the states in Malaysia, amounting to 421.7 million. And the main reason for that is because they have higher expenses compared to their revenue. So if you look into the data, the operating expenditure for Penang is about 711 million, or 120% of its revenue. But however, I think the state is aware of it, and its chief minister has said for its 2025 budget that it is targeting a smaller deficit for this year at about 33.6 million, which will be the lowest in history if they achieve it. So also interestingly, if you look at Kelantan, which has about half the deficit of what Penang has, about 263 million in 2023, you will notice that they in fact have a higher revenue compared to the state of Penang. So the revenue for Kelantan is about 824.7 million, but it is largely because they have been receiving compassionate funds from the federal government, and that makes a bulk of the revenue for the state.